ReproXMath. So we'll be continuing with question 2.2 from the question paper 2019 March and 4. So when we're looking into question 2.2, we're given y is equals to sine x all divided by 2. Given the domain is negative pi, so x is between negative pi and positive pi. So we'll remember that pi is in radians, so in degrees it is 180 degrees. So it's between negative 180 to positive 180 degrees. Now we need to use differentiation to determine the coordinates of the maximum and the minimum turning points. Also distinguish between the maximum and the minimum turning points of the given function by using the second derivative. So answering the first one, we know that we need to determine the coordinates there. So to determine the coordinates of the maximum and the minimum turning points, maximum and the minimum turning points. That's the first thing we need to do. So we know that to get the turning points, we need to derivate the function once. So we know that the derivative of sine will be cos x, still divided by the constant or multiplied by half. Therefore, we know that at the turning point, let me say dy over dx, which is equals to m, it is equals to 0 there. The derivative of a function gives us the gradient, and the gradient is equals to 0 at the turning point. So therefore now we'll say 0, it is equals to half cos x. Therefore let us solve for x. So going to multiply on both sides by 2, we'll have cos x. Now we know that when we want to solve for x, we have to apply arc cos on both sides of the equation. So we're going to state that x is equals to arc cos 0. We put arc cos on both sides of the equation. So therefore, arc cos 0, if it is given in radians, the domain there, so you're allowed to utilize your calculator to be in radians. Change your calculator to be in radians. But if you're not working in radians, you are going to use degrees. You will use degrees. So normally you have to change your calculator, shift mode. We'll look for radians. So my calculator is number 4 there. It's in radians. So I know when I say arc cos 0, it is going to give me pi over 2. Gives me pi over 2. So, but if your calculator is in degrees, it's going to give you 90 degrees. So I have pi over 2. So therefore, we know that this is the first value at the turning point. But I want to project a rough sketch of a sine graph. We know normally it starts at 0 and goes in that way. So we know at this point, if you add 0, it's going to be pi over 2. It's going to be 180. And then it continues to 4. But for this graph, it will have to cut off here at 180 degrees. And it goes even on the other side. Here is negative pi over 2. Here it is negative pi. So let me just cancel this one out. So we know we're looking for that point and this point. So it must be, when we are going to say x, we can say x is equals to even at negative pi over 2. Or if you say you were going to say pi, the reference angle minus the straight angle, which you're going to use 0 degrees there. So, but we know that it is going to, on the positive side, always it mirrors to the negative side, but vice versa, it goes below there. So at this turning point, you'll have pi over 2 and negative pi over 2. Now we need to find the x, the y values to state. Okay, let me even specify here. Some of you would get 90 degrees. or this one is negative 90 degrees. But we're following the initial um, domain that is given in radians. So we work in radians. That's why I changed the calculator to radians. But when you're done, change it to degrees. So we are going to use the original function to determine the y values. Please do not use the first derivative. Use the first or the original function that was given. So we know that x, it is given by pi over 2, then all divided by 2. We'll get our value there. So the value that we're going to get positive half. So we're going to get positive half there. So sine at 90, it is 1. Therefore, multiply by the half, it is half there. So at this turning point number 1, let us state the ordinate of pi over 2 is to half. So therefore, what? All right. So yeah, after getting the turning point, the first one, we need to distinguish if we're having a maximum or minimum. So what we're going to do, we're going to derivate this first derivative for the second time. We'll have d squared y over ds squared, which is going to be equals to. All right. So as we're saying, you need to derivate the function for the second time. So derivating this function for the second time. So derivative of course now is going to be negative sine x all divided by that constant or multiplied by half. Therefore, we need to substitute the x value to see if we're having a maximum or minimum. So therefore, substituting in the second derivative, that x ordinate for the turning point and see what we're getting. So divided by 2. So we know that you punch in the calculator sine 90. That 90 sine is 1 multiplied by negative is negative 1 over 2. So we get negative half. So if we get a negative output, negative value, so I'm going to put a set face there. So which means the graph is going to bend downwards, bends downwards, or the shape will be having a maximum turning. So we know that turning point 1, the pi over 2 is to 1 over 2. We are at a maximum turning. So we're at a maximum. So we are at a maximum turning. So we know that if we had a negative output from the second derivative, therefore set phase, it reaches the maximum. It reaches the maximum turning. Yeah. Now we need to determine the second turning point, or distinguish the second turning point if we're having a maximum or minimum turning point. So what we're going to do to prove, so we're going to substitute the second value into the original function sine into it was negative pi over 2 all divided by 2. So punch in the calculator, sine negative pi over 2. So the calculator must be in radians. Please, if you're working degrees, substitute 90 degrees. Substitute 90 degrees. So we get negative half. So we get negative half. So therefore, second turning point, we are having if x is negative pi over 2, y is negative 1 over 2. So therefore, we need to even distinguish at this turning point, are we having a maximum or minimum? So we are going to substitute into the second derivative, the x squared. So the second derivative, it's here, where we're going to have negative sign. So x value is negative pi over 2, all divided by the second derivative. So all divided by 2. So from there, we know the answer is going to be equals to, this would be negative 1 times the negative. It's going to be positive. So we're going to have a positive half. So therefore, in the second derivative, it shows us, it's happy, it's positive. So therefore, we know that now at turning point number 2, where it's negative pi over 2 is to negative 1 over 2, we are at a minimum turning. So it reaches its minimum turning. So we're at the minimum turning point. So we are at the minimum. So we are done distinguishing from the second derivative if we're having a maximum or minimum turning point, utilizing differentiation.